Kaylee puts Michael out on the corner. Dia's mom comes after Cyrus, and we introduced a new couple on this episode. Let's get into the second part of this episode. Now, last time we seen, Kaylee had left Michael on the side of the road or whatever, and he's supposed to be back at the halfway house in a few minutes. He calls her and apologizes because, he needs a ride back so he doesn't go to jail. And she's like, okay, whatever. She pulls up on him and tells him to get in the back like a kid. Of course, she's still being, like, dramatic or whatever. She wants to know where he got the money from that he paid for his license instead of trying to explain why she lied about it. He pretty much tells her the same thing, that he got it from stocks, he put money in when he was away, and that she needs to stop trying to put all the debt on him because she was not sending him all that money, she was spending it herself. Of course, she gets mad again and puts this man out again. So now he's without a ride for the second time in about 30 minutes. Now, she pulls up a whole nother day and they try to work it out or whatever and have a whole conversation. She apologizes and says that he is right, that she was spending the money on her, and she will stop pretty much lying and saying it was all for him. They make up and he gives her the ring back, and it looks like everything is going to be peachy keen for them once again. Dia and Cyrus go to a hotel with the kids so they can get a little bit closer to him and be around him or whatever, and they're having a great time. He finds out that he was approved to go to Dia's mom's house, so he has to call and tell his mom. Of course, she is very upset because she thought he was coming to her house. She hasn't seen her son in years, and she thought that they would just reconnect and get a better relationship. Now, when he calls her to pretty much ask her if he should still come and hang out with her for that day or whatever, she says that she's sick and she's not feeling well, but as a son, he should have gotten the hint that her feelings was hurt, and he should have still went there anyway. He's like, okay, well, I'll see you next time. When is next time, sir? You're moving. Well, what are you talking about? What kind of son can't read between the lines? He should have went to spend the day with his mom before he moved, and that would have brightened her spirit. She was just very down after that. Of course, Dia is more worried about if it's going to cause friction because she's the #1 woman in his life or whatever. It's like, girl, you are looking at this completely different. You're the girlfriend, she's the mom, you in two different positions, sweetheart. There's no competition. Now, he does open up and say that he wakes up about 8 times a night since he's gotten out of prison because he's suffering from like PTSD. He thought about even sleeping in the bathroom in the bathtub because it felt more like a cell to him. That was very sad hearing him say that, and I hope he's able to get his life back together. This is why these people do not need to come out instantly being husbands and fathers, because they haven't even had time to wrap their head around being out at all. They're getting ready for bed at night or whatever, and he's hugging and kissing all over these kids and putting them in the bed together. Sir, you've seen these kids one time before this. This is weird as hell. I don't understand how these women feel so comfortable having random men around their kids. That really gets under my skin. Now, he does say that he wants to work out the relationship with Dia's mom because he can tell that instantly she does not like him or trust him, and he just wants to make her feel comfortable with their relationship. While they're getting ready for bed, her ex called. Yes, the ex that was his best friend / cellmate. He actually texts her and asks, is he out yet? Looks like he's ready to start a pot and start some drama. Once they get to the house, Dia's mom is irritated because she wanted to talk to Cyrus by himself, but before, remember, they were drinking, so she was not happy about that. He is like doing something in the kitchen facing the opposite way as she's speaking to him, and she's like, excuse me, can you turn around and show me some respect while I'm speaking to you? I'm like, okay, mama's not playing with him. She tells him, I didn't do a background check on you, but I did one on the last man, so I'm gonna let you tell me what I need to know before I do one, okay? And he pretty much tells her that he was facing 36 felonies. He was on some kind of crime spree and all doped up when he was arrested, so he was a hot mess. But according to him, he's trying to get his life together and do the right thing, and he wants to be there for Dia and her kids. She's like, sir, that's the same thing the last felon told us, that he was gonna be here and take care of the kids, and we ain't seen him since. So are you really gonna do this, or are you just talking? And she goes to production and tells them that she don't think he's gonna be here long, that he's too young, and he's just gonna be on about his business. And I think she's spot on. Now, we were introduced to a newer couple, Hillary and Charlie. This was their first episode or whatever. They're a little bit of an older couple. He says he's wild and crazy. He loves to dress insane, and he did, because he had on zebra from head to toe. Yes, zebra print. It looks like this man is stuck in the 80s, and he is just ready to have a good time. Think any kind of rock and roll video from 1980s on. He says he's been married 2 times. His second wife passed away, and he had a really hard time dealing with life after that. Now, the lady says that she is a model, actress. She's been all over the place and in all kind of videos and commercials. She's a little bit older, like I said, but she was showing all these filtering pictures, so I was kind of confused. Like, is this now that you're trying to say that you were doing these things? Because she wasn't saying it like it was years ago. She was saying it like these things were happening right before she got arrested. The filters were insane. Now, they met in a crazy-ass kind of way. He was her boss. He was a janitor at the jail, and she was working for him, and that's when they first got a connection, and everybody started talking, saying that they think they were messing around, and he actually got fired. Now, she says she's been married 3 times. All her husbands are rich and take care of her. She doesn't have to work or do anything, so she's not really used to this kind of relationship between him and her. Now, he said when his wife passed away that he had a real hard time drinking. He drank for several years, and he's just now getting his life together over the past couple of months. He's sober, and she's recently getting sober as well. So they're trying to keep each other sober and accountable. Now, she says she doesn't want to have sex until after marriage, but he's ready to get married minute one. She's agreed to it, but it looks like she really doesn't feel that way. Now, she tells us that her ex-husband, the latest one, wants her, and he sends her $100 a week. She calls him every week, and he wants her to get out and move in with him on his yacht. She says she don't want to work or anything, but he's telling his friends that she's going to have to get a job because he can't take care of her. So this is going to be a lot going on. They on 2 different pages. He also received a $200,000 settlement that she knows nothing about. So his friends advise him to get a prenup because she seems like she's only for money anyway. So if she finds out that he actually has money, baby, she gonna take it all. So that's a wrap up on this episode. Thank you guys for watching.